Does this actually answer the Weaver? Because I know you were saying before the Monkey King got locked in that you were looking for low cooldown. Does that not answer that?
They actually have zero control for this Weaver, no synergy with Grimstroke. They have a good team fight potential with the Monkey King, Magnus, and Darkseer. That's the Wombo combo. But I'm already liking the ViCi Gaming's draft.
Yeah,
definitely. I can't believe that the OD survived, especially against the Tidehunter.
Well, I kind of thought that they would either ban it or that they would pick something range, right? I mean, once you have tri-melee cores, OD's going to get everything he wants in any of those 3 lanes.
And you need to commit RP to kill this OD double save. On side of ViCi Gaming, you have Tusk Snowball, you have Astral, Weaver, pretty hard to kill with no lockdown besides silence from Kuroki.
Let me put it to you this way. Even were Miracle at this event, this would be a ViCi draft that I would still like. I'm going to pick them in this game.
So, I like the draft a lot. You're picking them for this game. I hate to put you on the spot here, but something new that we're doing today, making you predict the entire series. So you think that based off the back of the draft, ViCi looks good here. Do you think that they look good for the entire series?
I think ViCi wins the series 2-1.
Okay, 2-1. How do you feel about that, Lacoste?
I mean, I can't say it without the draft. I'm just going to say, I don't know, 2-0 again. I'll say 2-0 for ViCi, actually.
Okay, cool. So we got 2 people on board with ViCi, and now with this draft, as we heard from the Haas, Lacoste really does like it on the side of ViCi, and you're feeling the same way?
I mean, it's hard to predict. I always judge by the draft. I don't like the big teams, even though if there's a better team playing against the weaker one, I always judge by a draft.
And this draft is...
Can I see the draft for game 2 and then decide? Or?
The Haas can't, but you can. All right, but now we're going to actually jump in and see some of the results. We're going to jump into our first game of the second series of the day.
Thank you so much, Rich, and hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're back again, myself, Lyrical, and the wonderful Fog. You look so beautiful today.
Thanks. I look like I'm a little bit taller than you right now, too, because of the seat. That's the first time for me for anything. But that's okay.
We do have a game that we're going to hop into right now. I'm really excited for this one. ViCi facing off against Liquid. We saw Liquid play earlier today as well. Have a really good showing, and all coming down to this in the upper bracket. And well, the voice chat lines are already starting.
Yeah, I'm getting my options, getting my audio, and
let me just try and mute everybody. How about that?
No, because like the coordinator thing reset all the sound, so my audio was like 100%. I was actually so loud. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see. What do we have here? I actually do agree with the panel too. I do like overall what ViCi's got going. I think it's pretty hard for them to actually lock down this Weaver. They're pretty limited on the side of Liquid, but the other thing is though, Liquid has this crazy team fight that can come together. This Magnus, this Darkseer, and this Monkey King. They've got like this area that they want to be fighting around when it does get to that point. But yeah, they're definitely gonna be under a little bit of pressure here though with this Weaver and this OD, like they were mentioning. They've got so many different ways of saving too on the side of ViCi.
Yeah, it's sort of always a little bit of an interesting dynamic. Like, you want to be able to have those save heroes, but likewise, if they get jumped at the start of the fight, it's just going to be over afterwards. And King, very much a hero that can make that happen. And something else that we saw earlier coming out from Pango was like the dual sources of initiation. So you've got like Darkseer that can maybe set it up with a vacuum, and then afterwards you follow with that big RP.
Yeah, it's just, we've seen this, like I don't think lately so much, I guess, but in the past we used to see this like Darkseer and Magnus, and people were like, it's kind of redundant because you kind of both are doing a similar concept thing. But lately now, of course, it's Magnus. It's Magnus. You're picking it for the Empower.
Of course.
Right? Like, you've got 2 heroes that can benefit from it pretty heavily on the side of Liquid, so.
The RP is the cherry on top Sunday of pain. Well, we did see 3 bounty runes picked up. Mind control just a little bit quicker on the fingers there. Is going to be taking some punches from Mr. DY Fade in the trees. And with no surge, no nothing, he might be in a little bit of trouble here.
They might just be able to kill him here. They're waiting for the tag team to get close.
Well, punches coming in. Does have a TP if he wants to use it. And it looks like they're just going to be able to run him down at least a little bit. And living for the moment, still walking, in some trouble. Is he going to go down?
No, Lich Nuke.
Yeah, I got him.
He's going to go down. We've been seeing that a lot, this the Lich having nuke at level 1 is such low cooldown. Pretty high damage too. It's one of the higher level 1 nukes in the game. Great for chasing. There's a really strong tri-lane coming out here from ViCi.
And I like the way that they didn't use the TP yet because he hadn't seen the Frost Blast. They waited until he was at a low enough point where he's going to die regardless.
Yes, exactly. they were just like maximizing. So like the tag team as well, the slow builds up. See my control, he's just like, wow, yep, very strong tri lane. He's jungling. He's just jungling right now.
All right. Oh,
and they're gonna start going to scout him to see where he's at, get spotted. Tusk is gonna have to just keep bothering mind control a bit here while he tries to get that catch up going. Well, Tidehunter, he's got a better time versus this tri-lane. This is not a Lich Tusk, two of the strongest support heroes in the game tri-lane. This is Magnus Grimstroke, which is not nearly as threatening to pose any kills.
Yeah, and it looks like they did manage to block out that hard camp, so right now heading over on GH to try and get the D ward so he can do the full pull through. This is a single pull there, so Tidehunter should be getting a double wave to that extra bit of experiences. Tusk again set up towards the mid lane. Matumba Man playing it safe though on his high ground.
Curious about this matchup too, the OD versus Monkey King. Doesn't sound too fun for Monkey King. Especially like as soon as you're like level 3 and 4 on OD, I feel like you can just bully Matumba Man very heavily.
With a little bit of a dodge there as well. Mind control. In some trouble again as they're going to run forward with that haste rune. He does not really stand a chance of getting away from this one, and so another kill going towards Fade.
They're going to have quite a bit of trouble for Mind Control to find experience with this Tusk just getting this successful movements constantly.
We did mention that Tidehunter is having a little bit of a better time. He's still stuck at level 2, so it's not like it's a free game by any stretch of the imagination. He's actually going to have to go jungle himself also.
Yep, and he does not jungle at the pace of a Darkseer. Mind Control is nearly level 3 already, so once he's got 3, it makes it so much better. Level 1 Iron Shell is still pretty pathetic.
Again, the Tusk set up in the mid lane as we see Kuro move over and try and mess with Yang a little bit here.
Yeah, he wants level 2 on Fade right now. He's gotten it. They could set up for Matu here, and they look like they're going to here. Shards are skilled up, tag team as well. They've even got a third hero rotating too.
Lots of punches moving in. Matumba Man will have some mischief to use in just a second to try and stay alive, and able to turn with the Boundless Strike, keeping Matumba Man alive here and seeing if they can bring down Ori, but it's not quite going to happen. Instead, Kuro might also just TP to his death. Liquid losing 2 in the river.
Very solid start. Fade's killing it right now on the Tusk. Just from in these first 3 minutes. Perfect movements, even just a little movement that he did to just scout the Darkseer jungling. It's very crisp by Fade so far. And the cores are farming great, like we said. You know, the Weaver and the OD are going to have a very good start. The one thing that Liquid does have going for them, of course, is that Shadow is going to be a full free farm PA. And like you said too, GH, he got that D ward. So as long as he can do his pull-throughs constantly, we'll be seeing him hopefully get some good levels for himself so he can get those empowers online.
Yeah, and that's really the most important part. You see this Tusk moving around getting so much done. I mean, he does almost have an urn, but it is always going to be that empower that helps those cores get onto the higher level quickly enough. And it's not just the PA, it's the Monkey King here too, so.
It's just a difference of heroes, right? Like
Right.
Tusk is a roamer. Tusk is he puts pressure on the lanes, he roams and stuff. Your Magnus is all about the efficiency in the later stages. You get some stacks going, get your power levels, and then you're going to boost your carry rather than getting him boosted in the early kill.
You heard it here first. GH boosting everybody.
GH
Accounts
boosting.
everything, you know? He looks like a nice guy, but really he's just demonic.
I don't think that's so untrue. He's so nice. He's so lovable.
He's just the nicest guy ever.
I have heard him yell at people in pubs.
Usually it's
myself
encouraging
included.
though, right?
It has been, actually.
Yeah.
It has been.
A nice guy. It is going to be the urn finished right now for the Tusk, just about the 4.5 minute mark.
So early.
Well, maybe going to be able to take down Kuro here as they bring over Ori. So the first urn charge.
He doesn't have it
Oh, it
yet.
doesn't have it yet. It's on the courier.
But, I mean, like, again, look at his positioning. He's expecting Kuro to come up, maybe place a ward down so that they can watch and protect Matu, and he just knows. Fade is playing this perfectly.
He's owning.
Yep. Now an urn. I mean, so early, right? It's 5 minutes in. Got boots, his urn. And they're looking to try to guarantee themselves some bounty runes. Probably 2 for 2 here. Mind Control trying to get one. He actually does take it.
Nice. The
Might pay with his
runaway.
life, though.
Not going to happen here. And it looks like, yeah, Fade moves into position, find themselves the kill. It's a lot of action going forward as Matumba Man trying to turn now onto more of the shards, not able to block off that Monkey King. And so it looks like Fade might finally pay with his life if Matumba Man get one last punch on him here. Although he's able to outpace him now. He gets the kill. Final tally ends up being a couple for 1, it looks like. Grimstroke went down.
I like that move by Matu. I think this is a clear kind of thing you have to do as a mid laner when you can't lane. To give versus these ODs, you die once, you fall behind a little bit. You have to make the move. And because of that, Matu's level 6. The OD, only level like 5 and almost level 6. Pretty. Got a little bit of a boosted advantage now from that kill that he got. And he's pretty much same net worth as the OD too, because of it.
In the mid lane, Fade break his smoke as Kuro made the rotation over. Level 6 on this Monkey King, and Fade thinking about going on him. They have the Astral Imprisonment already there, but Kuro is in the area. Can he keep these guys alive as the Inkswell is going to come out? Matumba Man brought down very low, but there's the Sinister Gaze, and with the Snowball, they might have enough to take down Matumba Man. They do find that kill, and Ori barely able to walk away from this. Get that Urn Charge heal up. They do lose DY, but now going back in for another round with the Urn Charge going. Is Fade really going to do this? They drop the Sanity's Eclipse. Kuro trying to walk away, and they don't quite have enough. A good silence coming out as Kuro got level 3.
Damn, that was close. He almost got the Astral save onto Fade there too.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
If he had actually gotten the, man, that stinks. He thought he could get the save, right? Used it on a creep. If he had actually used the Astral on one of the heroes, he would have gotten himself at least one of the kills on the OD, but Liquid with heavy responses trying to protect that mid lane, and the mid lane looks like it's where a lot of the action is going to be with the wards, as Yang steps a bit too far off.
You know, the panel talked about the Monkey King versus Tide. That still works even if they're not necessarily laning against each other.
Yeah.
A strong answer. It's like Tumba comes back mid, gets his farm on. Do you feel like either team is a little bit more happy with the way that this game is going? It feels very chaotic so far.
I think both teams are pretty satisfied because Paparazzi's free farming, Shadow's free farming, Matu's probably pretty happy because he's like, oh my god, I'm versus OD and he's getting these trade kills. I think ViCi would have probably wanted to be a little bit, wanted to get a little bit more kills without giving up so many with the, you know, very successful rotations from Fade. As every single time he shows up, it does seem like it's a kill.
Yeah, every time. Move in there. Paparazzi's the one that picks up that kill. And like you said, the trades make a pretty big difference, particularly when the lane matchups start breaking down. So like right now, Monkey King only 3,000 gold behind the OD, even though in CS terms, he's really far behind.
Oh, 300. Oh, you said 3,000. I was like, whoa.
Definitely not that.
Yeah, he's caught up. He's caught up pretty well, even though he's missing what 15 last hits on the OD.
8 minutes in, 9-5, as this movement comes in from DY and Fade, seeing if they can catch Mind Control out again. Only level 4 on the Darkseer.
I just saw that, yeah. I clicked on the Tide. I'm like, wait, how? Oh, Tide almost 6. Darkseer's Mind Control really struggling.
Yeah, and he knows that he's in a little bit of trouble here. Moving in, trying to find. They throw out the bugs. That scouts out the cone-headed man, and he is going to fall.
Ooh, man, I really like. I mean, Tag Team already is one of the most amazing spells in the game, but throw a Geminate attack on it.
With
really
the bugs?
Strong with the Weaver, with the bugs too. Yeah, it's really, really strong.
We see another one of these cores going for the drums early on the OD this time. Okay. Do you like this item?
I personally, I didn't really think of the item being that great, but I've been seeing a lot of them pick it up. Right, we saw ASD pick it up on the Shadow Fiend yesterday, on the mid laners. So, but it looks like it's an item that the pros are starting to value a bit more again.
I guess it kind of fits with the like motif of like Vlad's and Crimson Guard, all these like team fighty things. Drums sort of fits there, I guess.
And the endurance is actually pretty damn strong now when I'm like re-looking at it. Like 1200 AoE, 35 attack speed, 13 movement speed. Pretty decent. Wukong's
command laid down. They're moving in with Ori here as well. Hit the Boundless Strike onto the Lich. Mind Control moves in, wants to find that kill. Not quite going to get it. Already they've lost the Grimstroke, and Mind Control yet again going to hit the deck. This Darkseer has had a rough game so far. 0-6.
Yeah, just like Panel was saying, right? Like this early game, this for ViCi looks very strong. Like Liquid's gonna have to do very similar to what they did earlier versus the Pango. Just have this game stall out for this Magnus, this Empower to start kicking in with the Monkey King and the PA. ViCi's looking at very, very, very powerful in this early start. First 15 minutes or so, they should be able to keep the pressure on.
Oh, they found GH. Snowball pulls in a little bit closer. They're going to get blocked off here by the shards afterwards. Sanity's Eclipse going to drop Matumba Man in some trouble, but with the Boundless Strike, he's able to turn it back around, and the banishment to walk away. Yang is wrapping around from the other side. The Ravage hits right as he comes out of the Sanity's Eclipse, and they are going to be able to find that pullback onto Mind Control as well. Looks like that's going to be the end of it, but big win there for ViCi.
That was odd. I think he thought that the Astral wouldn't actually kill him, but the Astral damage actually killed the Monkey King. Just like right at the tip of the end of it. Ends up getting a kill on the Grimstroke at least, but...
Unreal.
I mean, at least he's involved and he's getting farm and levels, right? Like, you see this Tide, 3,600 net worth. It's a Vlad's level 8. We're going to glance at Mind Control here. level 6, bottom 2 net worth. Having a very, very tough time in the dark.
Yeah, it's not been great. I mean, he does have some of the capabilities to catch back up, and you can't argue that he can help out in team fights later, but no points in vacuum right now. It's going to be a long time.
Yep. They're going to need to build, yeah, like we were saying, they need to buy time. They've already lost all their tier 1. Well, soon, the top one's going to start getting pressured now, too, from Paparazzi. So their map control, they've got to be careful of these deep wards that are going to be placed out from ViCi.
Bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top
It looks like it's
tower
just
is
the
under attack.
Treads Vlad's into Deso on Shadow since he's got the Empower, so...
So we have seen a lot of like these comebacks happen recently in Dota, it feels like. To you, what do you need to do right now if you're ViCi to sort of clamp down on this game and control that slight lead that they've been able to build?
I think right now it's okay. Like, they just use Ravage and they use Sanity, so they're like, all right, let's not make any like big thing happen, but just keep their farm going, distribute resources, and just keep the pressure at least on the towers, like Paparazzi's doing right now. So they have like 1 or 2 people kind of sitting behind him, but get towers, get wards in the enemy jungle, and keep tabs on this PA. Because you know PA is going to be jungling with Empower, so... So having like 1 ward in each jungle, I think, would be really ideal for ViCi. Like, even putting 1 in their own jungle at one point could be pretty nice.
Yeah.
But right now they're prioritizing just going for this tier 2 Sour as their ultis are coming up soon. And they've got a full Blink Dagger on Ori too. He's very strong. So, ult's coming back up. Now they're going to start looking for a fight versus Liquid. They don't want Liquid to just split up and do their efficient game that we see Liquid do.
And maybe speaking to why you go for those like early drums, have the Vlad stun on that Tide Hunter, all these items that allow them to keep the pressure on. Could think about going towards Rosh in the next little bit maybe, with the Weaver bugs, but it's not the easiest thing in the world to do.
I mean, they've got what? They've got Gush too, so they've got that. They've got the bugs plus the Vlads plus tag team.
Yeah.
It's probably not too bad. And like you're saying, the Darks here is still very under-leveled, so the fighting should be pretty difficult. And yeah, they're going to do it with those 3 heroes. So, gonna show the OD in 1 lane for a moment. Maybe try to have the Lich just die while they do this.
I mean, even if they do realize that this is going on, it's so hard to fight into a Ravage up right now at 13 minutes.
Yeah, and
like no damage.
Level 11 OD, level 10 Weaver as well, with very minimal lockdown like we were mentioning. How's GH doing? He did finish up those arcanes, but yeah, very far.
Ooh, and the Diffusal Monkey.
Oh, is he gonna try to steal?
Oh god, GH. The player, he moves in. Oh, it's too late though. And now RP just gonna TP away. No. Well, it was a good thought.
Tried. Well, we can't say that he got, I mean, he got what? That was a 4 or 5 man RP, right?
Yeah.
He tried to go for a steal, but yeah, you can see the Liquid's game plan is not take the fight into them right now. They need time. They need to get their build up for this Empower to make them powerful, but ViCi doesn't want to give them that time. Especially not from the way that they played earlier too. Just how about these like quick paces games?
I mean, it's 13, 14 minutes now, and I don't see a reason why they can't necessarily at least take a little look at high ground if they wanted to.
Yeah, threaten a little bit. Their top lane's in a good spot. It's just the bottom lane that's not.
Looks like they want to try and find some kills first. Cut these heroes out. Don't give up any tier 2 towers for free.
Find this pesky PA who's jungling somewhere.
She is close to a Deso right now.
Yeah, just the Blightstone missing. But I think the big timing for Liquid, if they do want to try to take fights, it's not about like, I mean, the Blink Magnus could be, but I actually really think it's a BKB. Just BKB on the Monkey King, BKB PA as the next 2 items, and then they can look for fights. Without BKBs, fighting into this ViCi lineup seems impossible. Unless they get a miraculous RP.
Yeah, and they're ways away from it. Matumba Man here might try and cut some creep waves to make sure that the tier 2 doesn't die in the bottom lane. The side of ViCi could look for BKBs themselves, maybe. I don't know if it's the most necessary thing in the world, but...
Nah, this game, not for them, right? Like, they have to worry about like the RP and just straight raw physical coming out from PA and Monkey King. It's a lot more magical and more team fight coming out on the side of ViCi overall. Before the BK.
No. He is going to reveal himself on Fade and caught here in one of the side lanes.
Saves the snowball. Yeah.
Very well done as Shadow eventually going to fall. Matumba Man just sort of looking at him here with GH in the area. Now he's also caught a really awkward position where you lose 1 core, bring in a couple more, and do you really want to take this fight here? I think GH is just going to die as well.
Yeah.
Matumba Man in the meantime heads off the other direction, but they have a ward up on the high ground. They know where he's at the whole time through, and trying to find him here, it looks like he's going to be able to escape for now.
Ooh, that was scary. Now he knows there's a ward there, though, or at least their team does. Yeah, ViCi doing all the right things, though. They're keeping the pressure on. They're not really
Look at this.
trying to give Liquid any breathing room. Yeah, they're just trying to keep the lanes pushed out, keep the pressure going. Don't let Liquid stall, because that's Liquid's playstyle. When they pick this Magnus, when they pick this kind of greedy style, they want to stall the game out on farm.
Oh, and Kuro, he's got a bug on him. Get that bug off of you. He's TPing out, but the Sinister Gaze, does he have mana?
He's just short of it.
Oh, DY.
He had the clarity running, too, before he even went for it, but... yeah, just because he used the Chain Frost on the wave, right? He might have had the Gaze there if he didn't Chain Frost the wave. That happened.
Banishment here. Fade in the area. Mind Control, going to be dead yet again, but as you said, all buying time. You know, there's 4 heroes that have respawned. Matumba Man's still getting his farm on.
They're trying to buy time, yeah.
It's everything you can do. Just throw it all at them.
Just try to throw bodies to keep lanes pushed out. Just so we've been seeing that a lot, right? Just the random cutting of waves and stuff like that. That's pretty much Liquid's game plan until the later stages. About just defending high ground and stalling game. There's quite a lot of farm going the way of ViCi. It's still like only the 4K advantage, but it's pretty significant items. I believe it's like a full Kaya coming out on Courier as well as a Maelstrom. Kaya for that OD who's getting close to Kaya Yasha.
The Aegis, about a minute left before it gets reclaimed.
Yeah, and they're just, they look like they're kind of playing a buddy system still on ViCi though, like 1 or 2 people sitting behind each other constantly and just looking for little pickoffs, not letting Liquid like show themselves pushing out 3 different lanes.
Yeah.
Just have themselves like 1 or 2 people sitting near all the lanes to catch Liquid when they do play that greedy style. And it's working.
17.5 minutes. Their bottom lane is pushing in pretty heavily here, although I think the Darkseer just threw a couple of Ion Shells on it.
Yeah, he got 1 down.
Should be taken care of shortly, and then they can pressure for that tier 2 tower in the bot lane as pretty much the rest of Liquid just stuck up in their base.
This is what ViCi wants to do, is constrict in this game. Constrict and keep your farm relevant versus Mag PA Monkey King. So like we said, Liquid, they're not looking to fight. They're looking to stall the BKBs, and they're starting to get close to the pieces. Matu has the Mithril Hammer, PA has the Ogre Club.
Control again. Gonna be cut off here, it looks like, as Ori's found him. Shadow might need to back away, although it is just the OD. It's a little bit scary. The Aegis is about to wear off, and with that, ViCi not quite feeling as confident.
No, Ori was playing very careful there. Whenever you see like the ODs, good ODs, if they use Astral offensively, they'll play pretty defensively, because you want to save your Astral for yourself some of the time, so you can do that like blink out kind of play.
Right.
So Ori playing very careful.
And I mean, this is the thing, right? Is that even though the rest of Liquid is not in their base right now, it's still hard to get a lot of damage onto the tower, because Weaver doesn't actually hit the buildings all that hard at this point in the game. So it's not even like you can get a quick jump up and take a tier 3 quickly like with a TB or something.
They know that the only place that Liquid could be right now is in this top left corner of the map.
Smoke breaks. The Temple Man there. Looking for him. Not finding.
Ooh, that tree was close.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Is he going to guess it?
Oh my god!
What? Nerves of steel.
Cool as a cucumber. Oh, and they're all going to get out because of that.
Yep.
That is insane.
That's a smoke and a full 5-man rotation coming out from ViCi. Liquid able to now get out to the other lanes. So My Control immediately runs to mid, throws out an Ion Shell. You see the PA Shadow instantly start rotating to the bottom. Yeah, GH cutting a mid wave.
Oh, and now he's looking like he's going to go down. But that's a TP back for Ori. I got my Blink Dagger, I don't care. Head for 30 seconds as we hit the 20-minute mark. Does look like ViCi should be able to secure all 4 of the bounty runes. And it is most likely setting up for a second Roche high ground push from ViCi, I would imagine. Yeah. Do you think that they're under any type of a clock, though? Like, obviously, Mag and PA and Monkey King, they become better, but do they become significantly better than a Tidehunter, a Weaver, an OD?
I mean, crazy late game. The problem is that you just, like, your supports get one-shotted by a dagger or something. I think ViCi wants to keep a pretty big advantage or end very early on. You don't want to give this breathing room to Liquid. Like this next Roche, this Aegis cheese might just be the one where they want to end the game. They're still in a good spot though. I mean, they've like this big advantage. That's one thing. If they do get into late game with a big advantage, then sure. But it's still it's just scary playing versus these like Mag PA Monkey Kings. One missed position and.
Even if it's not a clear advantage, it just never feels good when a game kind of gets a little bit out of your control. Because right now they're in complete control.
Yep.
Does look like PA going for that -3 armor corruption.
Yeah, and it's not like Liquid. It's not like they have like bad team fight by any means. They have Darkseer, who's one of the kings of team fight. Magnus, king of team fight. Like Monkey King 2, king of an area team fight. So they still definitely do have that potential when they get those BKBs.
That's a lot of kings, man.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It's coming back.
I always used to call Darkseer like, what, 2013, 2012 and stuff. I'd always be like, Darkseer, king of team fight.
Yeah.
And then he like got nerfed 40 times. So.
Just the level 1 vacuum right now for him too. He's still in catch-up mode. Has been able to hit level 12 though, so 2 points in wall.
Yeah. He's picking up an item too. Like it's not your usual like mech kind of Darkseer. It's like I am all about keeping myself alive so I can just get a spell off.
Yeah, I like the Glimmer Cape. Cool. 4-man smoke up.
Yeah, it might save him in some situations when he's like split pushing if one of the people who catches him doesn't have reveal, but the one person who does have reveal is DY, and he's very close to my control right now.
Oh, the
They
Iron
see
Shell.
it casted.
Yang, he realizes what's coming. Oh, and mind control. TP out, run away. In the trees, is he gonna live?
Glimmer TP.
The Glimmer Cape, save.
They weren't
right.
certain. And that gives Liquid the room, right? Immediately when they see a hero, Shadow shows his face in a lane, GH starts hitting some creeps too.
I mean, that was the thing, right? Was that this was worth it for Liquid when they were getting kills. Or rather, it was worth it for Liquid when ViCi was getting kills. It's more worth it if they're able to get away with it and not lose anybody.
Yep, they start to slowly close the gap with the gold, but still 6K, and ViCi's real big timing, like we said. It's that next Roche.
Yeah.
They want to be able to, I mean, they're hoping for this quick timer, and it's a pretty long one. That gives, I mean, that's great for Liquid. Liquid's very happy. Long timer, give them time to get the BKB for them to try to fight.
This is kind of interesting too. You see, like, oftentimes against the Monkey King, those heroes that break down trees. None of these ViCi heroes really do it at all.
No, it's like a snowball if he, like, you know, kind of
lands on the Monkey
like
King.
Flies through it pretty much. Oh.
Still a very daunting force from ViCi if they can get a team fight where it's all together. We talked about that Kaya Yasha done for the OD. This Tusk who's got the Spirit Vessel done as well as a Blink Dagger.
I think the big item for Ori, Kai Yasha, but then this plate mail. Like you're saying,
Right.
they don't need these BKBs this game on the side of ViCi. They need to just be able to survive the jump of this PA.
Yeah, and OD taking that armor talent at 15 instead of the movement speed. Just
So tanky.
tank up, get big.
And it's 29 armor on an OD. That's actually so much now.
23 minutes. Liquid. Seeing where they're going to go next.
Okay, interesting. I saw that Paparazzi had a MKB queued up earlier. Switched.
Okay.
I guess he just wants to be a little bit tankier and just this chase potential, like through the BKBs, having the Scotty slow. Because he knows that he 100% knows that these two Liquid cores are going to go for BKB. And oh, this is a fortunate rune.
Oh, yeah.
Roche is spawning in 2 seconds too. He'll probably be able to scout that one in a second.
I mean, Liquid know that this is coming up. This is that big moment here. 5-man smoke.
Do they have the double BKBs? They sure do, right? Yeah, they have to if they're going to be smoking.
God, and this timing of it all.
Yep.
The time when ViCi want to take the fight and get that Roche.
ViCi now, what they need to do is they need to have this Tide in the front line, because, like we always know, Tide versus the Magnus, it's the combo breaker. He needs to be the one that gets caught inside that RP so he can break it, but though 2 BKBs on the side of Liquid.
He also bought Blink just recently.
Okay.
Getting up into the Roche pit right now. Tide's so close to his level 15. He bought the Tome as well. Wants to get that reduction.
Yeah, he can solo it.
Just walking into the pit, down to half HP already. Needs to walk away. The Boundless Strike almost took him down.
That's a BKB from Shadow.
Danger time.
They have to walk away. The fight now is a little bit awkward for Liquid.
Paparazzi's going to go and pick up that other bounty rune as well. And Yang, he's back up to full HP again. They can push them out of this lane right here. And GH going to be caught for the moment by those shards. Paparazzi looking for it. The skewer up to the high ground keeps GH away from death. And they need to wait for that BKB to be back up.
Yep. Man, Gang needs to be so careful though. As we saw, it just, even if you're a Tide Hunter, you don't have the most armor. You're sitting at like 11-ish or so. If he got hit by that Boundless Strike from Matu, there was a high chance that he just dies there.
Also,
so DD now?
keeping our eyes on buybacks in this game. They're going to take the bugs off of Matu. 4 heroes nearby the pit, 3 in it. And the smoke up. PA was up in the top lane, so going to be a little bit late to the party here.
They scouted Matu.
Man, they see him immediately. BKB comes out and he gets off of that tree. Does not want to be stunned. The 2-person Boundless Strike walking forward for it. They've caught PA up on the north side of the battle, it looks like, and the Ravage comes out, hits onto only 2, but they do have 1 over here to the side. Shadow pops his BKB. They drop down the wall as well, trying to take down DY, and they will kill him off. Buyback from the mag. Yang just gets eviscerated by Shadow, and just like that, they lose 2 no buybacks. Kuro.
Ravage.
It looks like Kuro is going to go down, and Matumba Man might be the next one to be able to claim another life as Fade is brought down as well. And they're going to buy back immediately. They still want to contest for this. Roche is at such low HP, but when they drop that Wukong's command, you can't fight. And Aegis goes into the hands of Shadow.
Yep. It's just that scary moment, right? Those BKBs, Shadow, he had time to be able to buy, to be able to get his second one up. And even though GH doesn't even get an RP off, he gets caught by the Ravage and all that. Yeah.
Big stuff.
Huge for Liquid.
And it's one of those moments, too, where, like, if anything happens to go wrong there, like, if they're able to break down the tree that Matumba Man is on before that BKB, or even afterwards, it's devastating.
I mean, he tried, like, it was so close. Like, he BKB'd and the Tide Under 4-step through the tree as it happened.
Matumba Man chasing. DY, they spot him. Sinister Gaze pulling him back in. The RP though on the 3, turning it back around here with the BKB already out. The Boundless Strike, it's a little bit separated here, but they have that Soulbind, keeping 2 of them stuck together as well. Matumba Man down to about a quarter HP. He doesn't have any more lifesteal coming in from this. Mind Control gonna move into position to see if he can help him, but the Sanity Eclipse just gets dropped. And just like that, Liquid lose 3.
The turnaround. They got a 3-man RP, but yeah, I think he skewered them out of that Boundless Strike, which is a little bit awkward, and all of ViCi showed up very quickly. Sanities to make sure that the Monkey King dies. He had cheese, but he wasn't able to get it off.
And again, that Wukong's command just on cooldown for another 30 seconds. If you wait that extra bit longer for that fight, it goes bad.
And back the other way.
Right. 3,000
we have this to happen quite a bit now.
Oh, a good wall drop down there.
Yeah, catches 3.
But still, ViCi comfortable standing up here on the high ground, and they vacuum them back in yet again. And it doesn't look like ViCi are comfortable sticking around that much longer.
Oh, now when Tide's at this half HP, that's when you're threatened just getting Dagger dead, even though you have this Frost Shield coming out from the Lich. Be super careful. Mag's respawning.
They're TPing in to the shrine. Matumba Man just goes into the middle of everybody. The rest of his team is not here yet. He gets pop the cheese, though, and able to turn this.
3-man Boundless.
Not bad at all. Paparazzi needs to run. They have found one, and it's like they'll kill off DY as the jump away happens. The rest of ViCi Core is trying to escape, and Liquid can't catch him.
I'll catch Shadow too now, right? 3-1 and 2. Look at that net worth, just because these last few moments just... Yeah, them being able to buy time and power. Power is a good spell.
That's so insane.
Yeah.
We're gonna hit level 20 also. This is the time when Liquid can start catching back up again, as the tier 1 tower is going to fall.
I mean, they're already completely caught back up, right? It's just, it was like as soon as those 2 BKBs come online, like we were mentioning, it was that time. I think it's really fortunate for Liquid that Roche took so long to respawn. Like, it was like one of the longer timers I've seen, and they were just getting close, yeah. Look at that gold lead. It's chunked all the way to 2K. Same thing with the experience.
God, Paparazzi took so much damage from that cleave. Does look like he's going to be able to walk away, but now it's kind of ViCi that are stuck on the back foot of having to push out waves with these heroes and try and pull Liquid around the map. Feels like it might have gotten a little bit away from them.
Definitely. The Weaver and the OD, I mean, they're playing pretty excellent in the game, but it's just, right, it's 12-0 on Ori. Paparazzi's 4-1 and 14. They've been having an excellent time, but it's just about this damage. They can't do the damage through the BKBs.
Yeah. And they do have some other big items that can come out soon, possibly. Sheep Stick is on the way for the OD, still a long ways away from it after the Shivas. But we haven't really seen OD get singled out in this fight yet. He still is that sort of monster that you have to battle. And as the BKB charges do get lower from Liquid, that's something that they're going to need to be concerned about.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, Ori's played incredibly well. His positioning's been super good. And just so scary, right? If he gets caught in an RP, he's just dead.
Fade. Controlling Matumbo Man. Ravage comes out. It's not going to do all that much to Matumbo Man. And, well, with that Wukong's command, the chase forward, they're caught in the Soulbind. This is looking quite bad for ViCi as they lose 2 and just going to need to get the hell out of there.
And now Liquid they got a gold lead. It almost looked like the Ravage hit him through BKB because he got Walrus punched at the same time, right?
Exactly.
It did look like it for a second. But yeah, that's a Ravage down. No, I mean, Liquid's they've got pretty much their fighting tools ready. They don't have the Wukongs, which is very, very good with Matu right now, but they've got the RP. And they've been proving that just with the BKBs and without even landing an RP in a fight, they can take the fight. Pretty much a full Abyssal as well now on Shadow, so him being able to single out those targets and Liquid lacking the control that the panel was talking about, now it's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Now he's gonna have his own way of initiation so that GH can try to find his.
Well, and you know, you've got the sheep stick that's going to be coming out soon-ish on Darkseer also.
Yeah, my control is just Ion Shell and waves. He's 0, 7, and 7, but Ion Shell will get you farm.
You have a 4-man smoke now from ViCi. It's like they're trying to connect there with Paparazzi, but all of Liquid is in the north side of the map. Kind of tough to find the angle. Another one of those wards was placed up on the north side of the map too, for the Tinker wards, but won't find anybody. And they're anticipating somebody coming back to deal with the push, and looks like it's going to be Mind Control, who again is going to be caught and most likely killed off. No, blinks away, gets out of there.
He seemed to know something was up.
Yeah. Heads up play.
Now ViCi's trying to they have to like try to start a fight with like a number advantage or get like the quick initiation. It seems so difficult for them really versus the BKBs, because if they're able to get them off, and they should be able to get those BKBs off on the chorus of Liquid, the damage is just lacking.
Dire scan, they know exactly what is happening right now. ViCi basically just hanging out here. They're gonna farm out the camps while Liquid are still in their base.
They know Liquid's all chilling there though, because ViCi's had this base ward for the full duration, so it's just watching. It's just watching them. I'm actually very surprised that one did not get dewarded.
Are they gonna smoke themselves? They do underneath the ward. This could be an opportunity for ViCi to make a move. Still keeping their eyes on Liquid in their base.
Guarding this area, guarding the secret shop from Liquid too.
Like, somebody's got to come here eventually.
Someone has to make.
Eventually.
Yeah, but look at these lanes now. It makes it's even more telling for Liquid where ViCi's position. Top lane is fully pushing in. Mid lane is also fully pushing in.
I mean, they hit that scan on him like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, and they just keep circling over and over again.
They're like, are they really just sitting there? But ViCi eventually going to TP back to their own base now.
And look at Liquid. Heads up move. They're preparing for someone to go to try to set up to defend this tower. But ViCi, they probably know this is happening too. We see the circle drawn. They do.
Yep. Don't try and hit that D ward right now. Let them set up on Shadow. Does have the 8-second BKB still. One of those daggers shot up onto the high ground, which might have revealed their positioning. Matumbo Man thrown out a Boundless Strike. Liquid now just going to back out as Roche capable of respawning.
Full Hex on my control.
Yep. He was so broke. And now it's a short respawn time too.
Of course, yeah. As they get their lanes pushed down. So Ori, I mean, it seems like they really need their own Hex now on the side of ViCi. Their disables just feel limited, right? If the BKBs go off, they just don't have the damage, so they need to kill someone from one single instant control, which their instant control would be when he gets that Hex. If they can Hex and then into a Ravage, it would be ideal. But he is still quite a bit away from that on Ori.
Darkseer did just TP down bottom, so if ViCi realized that Roche is open, it's going to be a little bit tough for him to get back in time.
They just don't kill it at, like...
Yeah.
They're not the same as, like, a PA. Even if they have all this minus armor, like Gush, Bugs, and everything, it's still not the same as a PA with Desolator and Power and a Monkey King hitting it.
Shadow. Spot Yang, jump in, trying to go on him. Oof. That Kraken shell keeps it off. The rest of ViCi in position to try and help out. That's going to be the Ravage. It's going to connect on to 4. The Sanity Eclipse follow-up, but is it going to be enough? They're starting to land the GH, but the Ghost after keeping him alive. With Tumbleman walking forward with the BKB and the RP. That's OD caught and in a lot of trouble. They also throw out that Hex onto Yank. He is dead. The vacuum pulls Tumbleman back in. And just like that, Liquid here having a big chance, although Curl is going to be isolated. But they get the pistol blade. They find the Weaver and blow him up. 90 seconds. No buyback immediately into Roche.
Oh my god, that was like... They got the perfect jump there too from ViCi, right? They got the Ravage before the BKB. They killed Shadow immediately, but Shadow just buys back and comes back in.
All right, now the isolation, a second round. Curl barely living there as Tumbleman takes down DY. Shadow chasing in as well. Or he's hitting an Observer Ward though as he tries to just walk away, but in some more trouble. They're buying back on absolutely everybody. They're going to keep alive that Tidehunter for a moment. He's already used Ravage. Doesn't really bring that much to the team fight. They're going to hit the Shrine. Shadow chasing, trying to kill, seeing if he can bring down Fate. The Snowball save, keeping him alive here. Ori is just laying into them at the rest of this. There's the Hex that comes out though, and it's not nearly enough damage. It feels like everybody from ViCi is dying. 5-man wipe, no buyback. Get the hell out of this game.
Well, that escalated rather quickly. Yeah, just a quick, buyback from Shadow. They get the RP. They finally control Orion. Paparazzi not having buyback. He was dead.
That's nuts. Whew. It happens in a second. And like you were talking about, the PA, the Magnus, you get those big RPs and everything.